Hi, everybody! Today we're going to see how I draw the Joker from Justice League's SNYDER Cut. Just so you know, there's a coloring book that you can get through Amazon. Just follow the link in my description and you can get a coloring book to show me how you color to how I draw. Okay, pencils first and then Sharpies. So if you don't want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out, look in the description and you'll find a link that you can click on that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. I'll even include one for color. But for those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself and get us going. Okay, this one jumped the gun. This one jumped the request line because I had quite a few requests for it, and I had initially said I can't because I can't see the rest of the costume. Oddly enough, here in Dallas, the costumes are on tour, and so you can actually go and see this stuff in person, you know, behind glass, obviously. But it gave me a unique position to actually see what the costume was. And so I was able to, some people sent me pictures and images, and thank you very much, I appreciate that. But I didn't need them. I ended up just finding this, and so like I said, I was able to see what the rest of the costume was for myself. And I don't want to upset anybody. I'm glad you liked the movie. I am not a SNYDER Cut person. I mean, honestly, I'm a Marvel person, but I've been reading comics since I was a kid. I've got all the old comics, Death in the Family, Dark Knight Returns. I was there when it actually came out. I was at the stores buying them. So, yes, that's how old of a man I am. But like I said, I am not one that needed the SNYDER Cut. Now, I'm not saying that I don't appreciate that he got to finally do what he wanted, because as a director, obviously you want to be able to finish your idea, right? I get it, you know. So kudos to him for finishing what he wanted to do. But as a reader of these comics, I don't think he got it right. That's just me with my armchair quarterback, you know, saying this is how I would have done it kind of thing. And hey, I'm not making movies, so I'm not saying I'm right. But I'm just saying, as a reader of comics for a long time, a friend of mine put it correctly, that it felt like Zack Snyder read a lot of synopses of cool storylines and threw them into his movie. It made no sense for certain things to be happening. In other words, he tried to put too many different stories into his movie, and he shouldn't have. He should have left it for something else, or for other movie makers, or for other movies, right? In other words, don't try to put the Death of Superman in with Batman vs. Superman, or The Dark Knight Returns. We're just going to call it that. And all this stuff, and then, you know, Justice League, Death of Superman, Dark Knight Returns. He tried to cram all of it into basically 1 to 2 movies, and it didn't work. Again, I'm glad he did it, and I don't mean to offend anybody. I'm glad you guys really like what you like, and I'm glad. Hey, that's why I'm drawing it, because you guys like what you like, right? But again, to me, as a comic reader, it was too much. Too much. It should have been stretched out, and it should have been done a different way. And let's take this Joker as well. I'm not a big fan of this Joker either, this movie version right here, because one thing that's always bugged me is, thank you, Jared Leto. You got a job and I don't, right? You're the one who's doing this, so I'm not saying you're wrong, because again, I'm not doing it. I'm not making these movies. You are. You're getting paid to do this. But the somber, quiet Joker is not the Joker I've grown up with. It feels like, and again, this is just my opinion, and I could be wrong, but again, it's just how I feel. So don't worry about whether this is the truth or what. Just my opinion. It feels like everybody is going for a evil Joker. And I've grown up with Joker just being just crazy, not evil, you know? So it's not about him with the the bloody badges and that kind of thing. You know, that's just an evil Joker, which I guess they're going for scary as evil. You know, I guess that's what they're going for. But again, to me, that's not the Joker I grew up with. He was just crazy and unpredictable. That's really what it came down to with the Joker. So like I said, this is not my Joker. This is not my movie. I am not the demographic. So that being said, I'm glad everybody liked it, and I'm glad that we have something else to watch. You know, that's what it comes down to, is we've got more movies to watch. Now, let me talk about this costume. Seeing it up close, seeing the rest of it down, because that's all they filmed, the top half, right? It's like, why? It's like you just are reshooting it, you're doing all this, and all you're doing is it's a lazy costume, I'll be honest with you. There are people that do this for a living, that professionally design stuff, and that's why they get paid, because they're good at doing this. This felt lazy. And again, I'm getting creative with it, I'm trying to do something, but it felt like they just said, we'll just put him in this white costume, and then this police, you know, thing like he had before and all that, and then and oh, that looks cool, right? No, I mean, they should have done something a little crazier, a little different, especially when you show us a Joker that's all decked out with tattoos and bling and all kinds of crazy stuff. If you show us that Joker, why is he a quiet, somber, non-laughing Joker? Right? That's how I feel. That's my opinion. I know, if you watched it, no spoilers, of course he laughed at the end. I get it, you know. His little maniacal laugh, his version of the laugh, sure, he did it, okay. But when they first pull up and he's just sitting there and he's quiet, and, you know, that's not the Joker I expected. I expected crazy, as everybody says, crazy bat poop, but they don't use that word to express craziness. Joker, you know, crazy bat poop Joker, just all out, unpredictable, don't know what he's gonna do, and that's the danger. That's what makes him so dangerous to Batman. Is like, you can't predict what he's doing, you can't predict where he's going. And it's like they did get it right in Dark Knight Returns, when he said, you know, some people just want to see the world burn. He doesn't care about this or about that. He just you know, he's like he said, he's like a dog with a chasing a car. Like, if he catches one, he wouldn't know what to do. That's a great analogy of the Joker. It's like he doesn't plan stuff. He doesn't do things. It just happens because he's just that kind of crazy person, you know. So I'm going with a laughing Joker. I'm making mine laughing and smiling because he's crazy like that. So sorry, Mr. Leto, but mine is bat poop crazy. Okay, with that, I think I am ready. Let's just erase some of these sketch lines and get going. That's my rant. That's my Justice League Joker rant. But again, I'm glad everybody likes it. I'm glad we have something to watch. I'm glad it's out there so we could see another superhero movie. That's really what it comes down to, is enjoy your passions, right? I heard someone say, what was it they said? Celebrate your fandom. That's really what it is, you know? So go for it. I'm glad you like it. It doesn't have to be for everybody, right? Some people don't like Star Wars. Sure, it's okay. You know, enjoy your passions. Okay, I think I've erased enough that I can see where we're going to go and build off of it from here. So I say we welcome all the skippers and get going. Let's make this one awesome. Welcome, skippers. Welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I do a different drawing every day. You can join along and have some fun. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen. Mostly the fine point, but a pen's a little finer than a fine point. It can find things that a fine point can't quite find. I've sketched the entire thing out. I've erased a majority of the sketch lines, but left myself enough to see where we're gonna go. So I'm going to just dive right in with the Sharpie pen. And if you want to see more comic book or DC or whatever I decided to put up here, playlist, check that out, and just check out the playlist in general, because I do so many that I may have already drawn what you're looking for. So just check it out and let's go. So I've already described this entire thing, why I'm making him smile, why he looks the way he looks, my opinion on the SNYDER cut. If you want to hear it, go back to the sketch portion. If not, let's just jump in here, and I'm going to draw the wild maniacal eye like this. And I want to do, let's see if I can do like there we go, something like that. It's so tiny, there's only so much I can put in here. So I'm just going to do that because it's going to bleed if I'm not careful. Like that. That's about all I can do, just to give it that crazy look, right? But we're not going to draw eyebrows or anything like that. We're just going to stick with the crazy look and build off of this. So I'm going to draw his nostrils like this. And that's all I really want to do, because the rest of it, maybe we can do a little bridge coming through like this, but the rest of it is so white that that's all I can really do. You know, anything else is going to start to be too defined, and we don't want that. We just want crazy old Joker with this crazy old mouth, and a lot of it's going to be with color too. So I'm not going to worry about you know, the dark and the stuff around his mouth and all that, because it's going to be mostly color to really define him, right? And like that. I'm just going to keep it kind of crazy in the mouth as well. So that's my take on Joker. So let's draw some hair. There's his hairline. I'm going to have some falling in his face. Not a big fan of this. You know what? Hey, I've already talked about it. I'm not going to harp on it anymore. You know, my opinion is my opinion. Let's just get to drawing. And I'm not going to draw all the hair strands, but I'm going to draw some to define the length and the flow that's coming down like this. But again, also I want to make that like that crazy hair mop, right? Something to show that it's kind of all over the place. I guess I can try to, now that I have edges, I can try to define the rest of his face. Something like that. And I'm going to thicken up some of these lines too, because when I switch over to this Sharpie, you're going to see a huge difference in line width. So I'm trying to match where it's going. But I've got to be careful with the hair, because the hair doesn't always do that. All right, let's see if we can do some laugh lines. Something like that. And I want to do more, but again, I want to leave it for color. So that should be enough at least to define the edges, right? Or the position, the look. Looks good. Let me go ahead and draw some hairlines down to kind of give him that hair, that length. And also, again, so I can give it an outer edge. And remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw, and you'll meet somewhere in between. You don't have to draw the thick edge like I do. I'm just doing this to kind of define a few things, and again, prepare for this, you know? especially if you're working with pencil. If you're working with pencil, you might not want to draw these lines because it may look funny trying to draw thick and thin lines with a pencil. Again, do what makes you happy, basically. That's what this is. That's what this Joker is. You know, celebrate your fandom. You know, if you like the Snyder cut, enjoy it. All right. Okay, I think that's good for the head. I can just go ahead and start with the rest of the body. I know it looks a little strange, right? Because he's got no makeup on. There you go. There's another rant for that movie. Where did all that makeup come from, right? If he's out in the wasteland and... Never mind. I've already ranted. I'm just going to go on with the costume and keep designing. Oops, hang on. Here we go. Okay, so the badges, I'm just going to kind of do as little things like this. That's all I can really do because they're so tiny that it's kind of pointless to do. Well, not pointless. Sorry, it's a horrible word to say. Everything we do is not. Everything we do is good and for a reason. It's not pointless. I'm just saying it's almost impossible at that size to get all that detail. So I'm just going to do a few like this and build behind it. So basically, they're in front, right, and on top of this. What do you call it? Bulletproof vest. So that's why I want to do them first, and then I can build behind it. And some are stacked on each other, so we'll do like that. A couple of extra. I was gonna say sneaky badges. Just hanging out underneath like that. I think that ought to be good enough. So now I can build the vest underneath it. So let's see if I can find a better picture. There we go. Okay, so it's gonna be like this, something like that. And we're not gonna worry about too much detail in here, but I am gonna try to make it look nice. The thing is, it's got like this really cool detail, but I can only fit so much in here. And I tell you what, let's do this. We'll do a little bit of something on the inside of the badges, you know, because they do have like exactly what I told you we weren't going to do. Detail. They have detail when I just said, it's crazy, it's impossible, we can't do all that. And here I am adding a little bit of something extra. You're welcome. You're welcome. You know what? It's a perfect time to do it because it's all about craziness, right? We're doing the Joker, so it's going to have a little bit of extra wackiness. For his neck, now, I've got a couple different issues here. There's a couple different things. Let's just do like a collar because it looks like a doctor's vest type, or not vest, a doctor's gown. But I can't tell because there's so much white with his skin versus the edge. Who knows? All right, so I got his hand kind of up. He's doing one of these things, and the other one's just kind of out, you know, in a crazy. Even he doesn't know what he's doing. So let me get back to this other picture and finish up the vest, and then we can draw behind that. And these are little, what do you call them? Like tech pockets. what some of this stuff is, but I'm drawing it. And then it looks like his gun's here on his side, and all you can see, because it's a holstered gun, is going to be the handle, just something like this. Again, you can't see much of it, so I'm not too worried about it, but I did want to attach it to this, what do you call it, the vest. Looks like there's one more thing here, don't know what this is, but let's do that with a smaller Sharpie. Let's do that with this one, just to get a little bit of a different accent, a little bit of a more of a compliment to this thick line that's happening all over the place. I don't know what that is. Have no idea. But it's shaped like that. That's all I can tell you. Now these do look like they have little hinges and attachments and stuff like that. Again, I don't know what it is, so I'm just going to kind of do something like this. I mean, if nothing else, we're giving a texture so it's not so negative, so it's not just negative space, you know, some kind of feature, I guess. But if nothing else, like I said, it gives it some texture. All right. Oh, I should probably close all this off, right? Let's do it underneath. He does have, looks like some strings. I don't know. Again, don't know what all this is. There's some strings hanging off. It looks like rope or something. Okay. Woo! Bottom of the vest. We're going to draw it down here. Come back up. And that's where it attaches. Now, I can draw the rest of it. So it's basically just a gown. And so I'm going to draw his shoulder like this coming down. I've got his arm bent. So I need to draw the hand in front. The hand's pretty much just doing this, facing you. So we're gonna do some foreshortening. So see how that finger's gonna look a little odd if you just draw it like that? Well, that's too bad, because we're doing foreshortening, and it's just practice in drawing a little differently and just adding a little bit extra to make it stand out. So this finger is bent and in on you like this. This one's a little further out. These are basically in like this, okay? So ring finger's bent, and then the pinky's really extended out. All right, so there you go. So we're just kind of doing, like, it's hard to show you like that in so many words, but because it's bent, we kind of have to do a little bit of magic, a little bit of movie magic to make it look that way. But all it takes is just a few extra lines. Let me add some lines here, because it is just a robed cloth. Let's see, we'll do like this. I guess, I mean, that's the other thing. It looks like a gown. Like, is it a hospital gown? Is it a doctor's gown? I mean, since he's got a few things that he stole, right? Like police stuff. It's like, is it a doctor's gown? I don't know. So we're just going to kind of add some lines like this, just to show the inside of the hand, that it's bent, and it kind of adds a little extra definition to crazy hand. So sometimes when you see stuff like this, it doesn't make sense until you see the entire thing. So that color is going to help that out too. A lot of times I tell you too, is like, don't draw it like this. If you can move it just a little bit, it might make more sense. But we're going for it. We're going to do something different, right? Because we want to make sure that we're going to practice different things and not do the same thing all the time. Same thing, this shoulder's over here. Clothy material. All right. Again, let me add some creases and folds. just to, you know, show the material is, it's very, very loose. It's a loose material. Okay, in this hand we're just gonna do, they're gloves, so we're just gonna do like that, nothing too crazy, right? So this hand's gonna come out this way, down to the thumb, to this big old loopy just thumb joint, right? Over to the finger. And so the other fingers are just kind of bent down, so I'm just gonna kind of bring them in like that. Maybe bring these in like this. And there's the pinky, right? There's just not much you can see because they're all kind of behind the hand. And there's really not much I got to do to this one either, because again, it's just a orange rubber glove that you really can't do anything to, you know? I mean, it's, like I said, it's a glove. What are you gonna do? All right, so now we're pretty much done. All that's really left is cloth, because I was talking about this in the sketch portion, is that I got to see this stuff up close because it's touring and it's here in Dallas, and there's not a lot to the costume. It's just you know, some kind of cloth. I'm just adding some extra life to it. Gown. Everybody sees that much in the movie, and so that's why I said, it's like, I need to see the rest of it before I draw it so I get this accurate. There's nothing to it. It's just cloth. So anyway, okay, sorry, enough ranting, let's go. So I'm gonna draw the rest of it coming down like this. This is kind of over that, then coming down here. And that's pretty much it. Thank you, everybody. If you want to see how, I'm just kidding. Okay, I will add a little bit of a few lines. Like I said, it's just, that's it. That's all we can really do, you know, because it's just that material. That's all. We'll dirty up. We'll make it just like his face. We'll fix it with in post. We'll fix it with color. But for the legs, I'm just going to come down here and draw his pants that are pretty much just like his legs. I mean, like his arms, just cloth. You know, it's kind of a disappointment that they didn't put a lot into the costume design for this part. You know, it's like you brought people back in for reshoots and whatnot, and this is it. This is what we're getting. You just made, you know, some shoes and boots. I mean, pants and a big long, like, possibly doctor's gown. We don't even know what this is. Sorry, I'm ranting. Okay, this one's gonna come down like this. And let me add some detail to this, just to make up something. It's kind of like almost like a Doc Marten shoe. And then it's got like a lace, like that. And there are laces, so I guess I can just kind of add a little extra to give you something to draw, right? Can't see that one. We'll add just like a little bit of crease in the shoe, a little bit of zhuzh. And there you go. I say we take care of the rest with color. You know what? Let me do one last thing. Let me add just a little bit of something, right? And that's what I was saying, that this costume, there's not much to it. It's just cloth. Wiggly waggly cloth. So there you go. Just a little bit of breaking the negative space. So I say we take care of the rest with color. So that is the Joker from the Justice League Snyder Cut. So here's how I colored it. Tell me what you think in the comments below, or show me what you did in our Discord group. Just have fun and make it your own, because remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw, and we'll meet somewhere in between. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures of How I Draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button for new videos.